Well, hello, we're here at the History Day and we're ready to film the first song. George IV solo career.
I'm George IV, the Regent King, which means I was just standing in, acting king because my dad, George III, had gone barking mad. Banana! Great palaces I did design, Buckingham was one of mine. Art and fashion I so rated. And why? That's more complicated. Actresses and duchesses, the great loves of my life. I loved more girls than I ate pies, but I couldn't stand my wife. He couldn't stand his wife. Go away. I only married Queen Caroline when my debts began to climb. Cause if I agreed to tie the knot, I said I'd pay off the lot. But the wedding caused all sorts of strife, cause I already had a wife. A divorced Catholic? Dad did sigh, but the mad old goat just wouldn't die. Still here? Look, Simpson! At last I can go solo! As true king my reign began, though I was now older than your nan. And as the ruler of our nation, I banned my wife from my coronation. And knowing now that I did hate her, she promptly died just 3 weeks later. But all those pies that I got through meant 10 years later I died too. Hello, have we met? I'm the kangaroo. Actresses, duchesses, the great loves of my life. I love more girls than I ate pies, but I couldn't stand my wife. I had just 10 years on the throne, do you remember that? So all that you remember is I was really fat.
Well, that was George IV's solo career, and thank you very much, George IV. Well, next we have Bob the Clone singing Ruthless Rulers.
I'm William the Conqueror, my enemies stood no chance. They call me the first English king, although I come from France. 1066, the Doomsday Book I gave to history. So fat on death my body burst, but enough about me. To help remember all your kings, I've come up with this song. A simple rhyming ditty for you all to sing along. Oh, William? Bit short, innit? We need more kings. Who came next?
William's second cheeks were red, killed out hunting, so it said. I took over everyone.
That's my next eldest son, then King Stephen, it's true checking.
Hi, Henry Cool, killed Thomas Becket. Richard Lionheart, that's right, always smiling for a fight. Oh, King John, what a disaster, rule restrained by Magna Carta. William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John. Oi! Time for my mate King Henry VIII to take up this song.
Henry III built the Abbey, Edward hated Scots. A red-hot broker killed Ed too, that must have hurt him lots. Edward III was a chivalry nerd, began the 100 Years' War.
Then Richard II was king age 10, then Henry, yes, one more. King Henry IV, lots galore, not least from Henry V. Why, killed James Gore at Agincourt, then Henry VI arrived.
Edward IV, Edward V, Richard III, he's bad, cause he fought wars with Henry VII, first Tudor and my dad. So Henry VIII, I was great, 6 wives to beheaded. Edward VI came next, but he died young, and so my dreaded daughter Mary ruled so scary, then along came
me. I'm Elizabeth, I had no kids, so Tudors R.I.P.
William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John. Oi! Henry, Edward, two, then 3 more Henrys join our song. Edward, Richard III, Henry, and again Mary I was Queen Bess.
That's me, time for more men. James VI was Scotland Dexter's English James the First he led. Then Stuart's ruled, so Charles the First, the one who lost his head.
No monarchy until came me Charles II, I liked to party. King Jimmy too was scary, ooh, then Mary was a smarty. She ruled with Bill, their shoes were filled by Salvus, Queen Angoria, and so from then you were ruled by men.
Then on came Victoria.
William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John, hoy! Henry, Henry, Stu, then three more Henrys join our song. Edward, Richard, Henry, Mary, one, good Queen Bess, Jimmy, Charles, and then Jane, Will, Mary, Anna, Gloria.
Here to come, it's Queen Victoria.
And so began the Hanover gang, George I and George II.
Grim, then George III was quite absurd.
Till I replaced old him.
King George IV and known henceforth as angry, fat and cross.
Hang on.
It's true you beat Napoleon, but were mostly a dead loss.
Hang on.
Old William IV was a sailor.
Ahoy!
It's nearly the end of the story, as on to the scene comes the best of Queen. Cheers to Queen Victoria.
William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John, hoy! Henry, Stu, then three more Henrys join our song. Edward, Richard, Henry, Mary, one, good Queen Bess, Jimmy, Charles, and then Jim, Will, Mary, Anna, Gloria, George, Will, Victoria,
I ruled for 64 years, you know. In 705, then 8 George VI, there's 2 then reigned, and how? And so our famous monarch soul is brought right up to now.
William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John, hoy! Henry, Stu, then three more Henrys join our song. Edward, Richard, Henry, Mary, one, good Queen Bess, Jimmy, Charles, and then Jim, Will, Mary, Anna, Gloria, George, Will, Victoria, Edward, George VI, and Queen Liz to complete the mix. That's all the English kings and queens since William I that there have been.
And that was Ruthless Rulers by Bob the Clone. Well, next we have Dick Turpin singing Dick Turpin. So let's go.
Everyone thinks they know the story of Dick Turpin's highway glory, but my past is far more gory. Was no saint. You think life is one big antic, my profession is romantic. Hate to be pedantic, but it ain't. As a butcher down in Essex, I was handy with a knife, had a sideline as a poacher, led a less than honest life. The notorious gang of Gregory liked my style and dedication. They sized me up and gave me a real novice education. We rampaged through the Essex farms, we stole and robbed and fought, but when the law came for us, I escaped and they got caught. I became a highwayman, was daylight robbery. I was no Prince Charming, nothing dandy about me. The truth is I was violent and with my good mate Matt King robbed travellers at gunpoint, money, watches, anything. My horse, it wasn't called Black Bess, although that's what you've read, was no romantic hero, shot not one but 2 men dead. The legend that surrounds me misses out the crucial part. I was a ruthless killer with a ruthless killer's heart. Was a vicious highwayman, a source of pain and tears. When you hear how my story ends, you won't believe your ears. I ran away to Yorkshire, changed my name to John Palmer, was sent to prison after stealing chickens from a farmer. Wrote a letter to my family, a plea it did relate. The postman saw the envelope and here's the twist of fate. He had taught me how to write, so he knew I'd lied. That's not John Palmer's hand, that's Dick Turpin's, he cried. Was a vicious highwayman, my crimes it brought me fame. Was stitched up by a postie, that's not glamorous, that's lame. No more stand and deliver, you'll remember this I hope. It's no fun hanging with highwaymen when you're hanging from a rope.
And that was Dick Turpin with Dick Turpin. Next we have some random singer singing a song about the English monarchy.